Hello, welcome back. This is Excel video 90. I want to show you the trick that I used. Remember when we had this chart last time and I was showing you year, San Diego and Los Angeles and how the formulas worked, and we had a little drop down box here. I've taken the drop down box away so I can show you how I put it there. There's a couple of tricks to make it work. There's three in fact, and let me show you how to make that drop down box work. First thing you've got to do is create the drop-down box. So I'm in the Data tab here. I'm going to go to Data Validation, and it says for this cell here, what do you want to allow? Normally it's any value, and I'm going to say no, I want you to select from a list. And the list is stored right here. So if we hit Enter there, now what I'm saying is you can choose anything between B32 and D32. While we're in here, you can put an input message when you select the cell. You can put a title and a little message that comes up and says, here, put this information in the cell and the chart will update, or whatever kind of information you want to put there. You can even choose error messages. There's what warning looks like. Here's information. Whoops, there's back to stop. And a title and an error message. You can do all kinds of things to make this fancy, but all I really need is just limit the cells that we're going to allow here in B24 to either B32, C32, or D32. That's all I'm doing. So here's the drop-down list here. And we're going to put the year there of San Diego or Los Angeles. Let's do Los Angeles, and watch how everything updates when I do this. And the reason it works is because right here, and in fact in all of these cells, it's all based on an HLOOKUP formula. You remember several videos ago we were doing VLOOKUP, and the formula or the format is very similar. What it says is, what do you want to look up? And in each of these, I want to look up B24. So as this thing, whoops, changes, this time I want to look up San Diego, and then it will automatically say I'm going to look up whatever's in cell B24, and then I'm going to find the range from B32 to D37. So it's going to look right here for the range, and then here's the third trick. First trick was the drop down, second trick was HLOOKUP. The third trick is this row formula. What row and these parentheses does, let me show it to you right here. If you do equals row and that, it's going to come back and tell you, here Nate, here's what row you're on. So by knowing that I'm on row 25, what this does is say take the row you're on, which is 25, and then what I did is I subtracted 23 from that. Well, why did I do that? Because what I want to do is when I find B24 in this range, when I find San Diego, I want to go to the second row. And rather than put a 2 here, and then when I copy the formula down to here, put a 3, and here put a 4 and a 5 and a 6 or whatever, I'm just doing row minus 23, because what that does is that says, all right, I'm in row 29. If I subtract 23, then when I find San Diego, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's what I'm going to bring back here. So with that row thing locked into my HLOOKUP formula, it automatically keeps track of what row I'm on, and then I can just subtract 23. And I just figured out the first one. Said, all right, if I'm here and I want to figure out the second one, then I know my row is 25. I want to get to the second row of my example to bring back that. Well, then I'm going to subtract 23 to get 25. Take away 23 gives me the second row in my table that's based right there. Those are the three tricks, and with that, when I select year, it's all of these formulas here are based on year, and I can just, once I got this formula right, I just copied it down. And it's going to find the year for me with those. If you want San Diego, it's going to find these. Los Angeles, it finds those. So that's the trick to it. The drop-down thing comes from data and data validation. And this is just HLOOKUP and using that row thing so that I can get one formula right and copy it all over the place. That's the tricks for today. Stay tuned next time. We got all kinds of more offset things coming up. Thanks for watching.